We're on Masechet Zavim, Perek Dalid, Mishnah Dalid, fourth Mishnah in the fourth chapter of Masechet Zavim. So we're going to talk about what's called Tumat Mishkav or Moshav. Mishkav or Moshav, you're lying on the thing or you're sitting on the thing. If a Zav sits on something, he makes that chair Tameh to be Mitameh other things. To me, it makes it an Ava Tumah. That's a very serious level of Tumah. So what's the definition of actually sitting or leaning? So let's look just at the Bartanura for 1 second, because the Bartanura basically quotes the pasuk that this Mishnah is going to be based on. He quotes the pasuk. The pasuk says, Dichtiv im al hamishkavhu. If a Zav, the Torah says, this is a pasuk from the Torah, this quote, if he's on a Mishkav, ad shi'naseh rubo alav. So the whole Zav has to be sitting on the chair. I'm sitting, you can see can you see? I'm sitting on a chair. My whole body is sitting on this chair. Very, very comfy. But says the Mishnah, Zav shahaya mutal al chamisha safsalim. The Zav is mutal, placed on 5 benches. Oh, chamesh pundiyot. Pundiyot are kisin arukin, long kisin are pockets. Maybe a pundiyot are hammocks. Let's take a look at the Jastro. So the Jastro says punde is money bag or a hollow bell. Really interesting. Okay, he actually quotes pundiyot, zavin. I don't know why money bags. He's being held by money belts, I guess. Whatever. I'm hammocks. If you know what pundiyot are, you have a better translation. I'm sure you can look it up. Let me know. So he says le'arkan tme'in, le'rachban tehorin. If he's lying le'arkan, the length of them. Meaning you can just imagine like the Romans are carrying these benches, and he's lying on one of them. The length of them. He's lying the length. He's lying on the bench the normal way, and then he's rolling around on them, then they're tamei. But l'rachban, if he's lying the width of them, he's lying across them, then they are tehorin. Why? Le'arkan tme'im shekol echad ve'echad nish'an rubo shel zav aleihem. Because on each one, he's rolling around on them. At some point, he's like leaning on the majority of the zav is leaning on them. Pa'amim malzeh. Sometimes on this one, sometimes on that one. But in the rachban, but if he's lying on across the width, okay, then Torim, the ein rubo nishan alachad mehem, his majority is not leaning on any one of them. And we said, okay, ve'ein tamei mishkav u'moshav le'olam, there's no tumat mishkav, lying, or moshav, or sitting, until ad she'ein rubo alam, until the majority of the zav is lying on this thing. So therefore, if you're lying across 5 benches, no benches having the majority of the zav lying on them, and therefore they're tehorin from mishkav and moshav, but they're still tamei because of maga hazav. So you're still out of luck. You still have to take in the mikvah. It's just not an avatuma. Yashen, if he's sleeping, he's sleeping on the width, safek shnitapech alehem. Then it's maybe, and you don't know, maybe he turned around in his sleep. People do that all the time. They turn around. You have 5 benches and he's lying across the width of them, and then maybe he turned around, tameim. They're all tamei. Haya mutal al shisha kisayot. If he's placing himself on 6 chairs. Shtei adav al shnai, he's a Roman emperor, so he doesn't want to sit on 1 chair, he's got to sit on 6 chairs. 2 hands on 2 chairs. Shtei raglav al shnai, 2 chairs on, 2 feet on 2 chairs. Rosho al echad, his head is leaning on one, gufo al echad, and his body's on one. Ein tamei ela shezeh tachat haguf. The only one that's tamei is the one under his guf, under his body, which is the majority of his body is leaning on it. What about omeid al shtei kisaot, if he's standing on 2 chairs? The majority is on one of them. Rabbi Shimon Omer im rechokim zemizeh torim. Said Rabbi Shimon, if they're far from one another, they're tahor. Why? Shvisha ein rubo nisa lo al zeh v'lo al zeh. Majority of it is not on one or the other. I don't know how that would be. His body weight has to be on something. If you have any ideas about Rabbi Shimon to explain, I would love to hear it. You can send me an email or a WhatsApp or a telegram or a carrier pigeon. We'll dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Simcha Ben Yitzchak Kalman. Facts? Do they still do that? Make it a great day.